Emily remembered the exact second everything changed, not because something dramatic happened, but because of how painfully ordinary it was. It was Saturday morning. The sun was barely up, a pale orange glow leaking through the kitchen blinds. Emily stood barefoot on the cool tile floor, pouring coffee into 2 mugs the way she'd done every weekend for the past 8 years. Behind her, Mark shuffled around the house, grabbing things with the rushed energy of someone pretending not to be rushed at all. "You're sure you don't mind?" he called out. She turned. He stood by the doorway with a small overnight bag slung over his shoulder. The bag was new. She hadn't seen it before. "Mind what?" she asked. "The guy's fishing trip," he said, leaning in to kiss her cheek. "We do it every spring, Em. You know that." There it was, that tone. Too light. Too rehearsed. Like an actor delivering lines he'd practiced in the mirror. Emily forced a smile. "Of course I don't mind. Have fun." Mark smiled back, a little too wide, and disappeared out the door. The house fell quiet. Emily lifted her coffee, but it tasted different. Metallic. Bitter. Her gut, however, tasted something else entirely. Unease. It started innocuously. A few hours later, Emily was doing laundry, folding Mark's jeans the way he liked, smoothing out the legs, tucking in the pockets. That's when she felt the paper. She tugged the small slip from the denim and unfolded it. A receipt from Crescent House, one of the most expensive restaurants downtown. 2 entrees, a bottle of wine, a dessert for 2. The timestamp, Friday night. Mark had come home late on Friday. He'd smelled like cologne and said he was working. He'd grabbed a plate of leftovers, kissed her on the forehead, and collapsed onto the couch like he was exhausted. Emily stared at the receipt for a long moment. Her chest didn't shatter. It tightened like a quiet internal warning. Familiar. Unwelcoming. But she didn't jump to conclusions. She couldn't. That wasn't who she was. Instead, she folded the jeans, placed them gently on the bed, and slipped the receipt into the nightstand drawer. She tried to tell herself it meant nothing, but the drawer stayed open a little too long. Late afternoon, while preparing dinner, Emily's phone buzzed. Caroline, Mark's sister. Emily answered with a bright tone she didn't entirely feel. "Hey, what's up?" They talked about little things, weekend plans, Caroline's kids, a new recipe she loved. Emily joked lightly. Meanwhile, Mark's out fishing with the guys. Typical. A long pause stretched through the phone. "Fishing?" Caroline repeated. "Yeah," Emily laughed awkwardly. "Their annual trip." Another silence. Then, "Emily, I don't think that's right." Emily's stomach dipped. "What do you mean?" "Well, Mark told Mom he was taking the weekend to himself. Something about staying at a hotel to clear his head. I assumed he told you." The room went cold. Her hands froze on the cutting board. "Oh," Emily finally whispered. "No, he didn't mention that." Caroline instantly backtracked. "I'm sure it's nothing. Maybe I misunderstood. I didn't mean to worry you." But the tone said everything. "I wish I hadn't told you, but now you need to know." After they hung up, Emily stood in the kitchen, staring at nothing. The clock ticked loudly, too loudly, echoing through the silent house. The pieces were arranging themselves, pulling toward a truth she already sensed. By midnight, Emily couldn't sit still anymore. She tried. She really did. She tried reading, watching TV, baking cookies, anything to distract her. But her thoughts circled the same point over and over until she finally gave up. She pulled the receipt from the drawer. At the bottom, printed clearly, Hotel Marwick, valet validation included. Emily grabbed her keys. The night air was crisp as she drove into the city, the roads mostly empty. Her fingers tapped anxiously on the steering wheel the entire way. She didn't know what she expected to find. Part of her hoped he wouldn't be there. Part of her hoped she was wrong, and part of her knew she wasn't. The hotel stood tall and sleek, its glass facade reflecting the city lights in glittering ripples. Emily parked across the street and waited. 10 minutes. 20. 40. Then she saw him. Mark walked out of the hotel with a woman at his side. Early 30s, long hair, laughing at something he whispered to her. He looked relaxed. Light. Younger. On her shoulders, he draped his jacket. The same familiar gesture he used to do for Emily when they were dating. Emily didn't cry. She didn't gasp or scream or run over demanding answers. She just watched. Her chest felt hollow, as if the wind had swept right through it. The woman leaned her head on Mark's shoulder. He smiled. A soft, intimate smile Emily hadn't seen in months. They looked comfortable. Like this wasn't new. Like this wasn't the first weekend trip. Emily started the car and drove away without ever letting herself look back. When Mark walked through the front door Sunday evening, he acted perfectly normal, tired, casual, even cheerful. Hey, I'm back. You wouldn't believe how. His words stopped. The house was spotless. Too spotless. The living room empty. No shoes by the door. No cardigan thrown over the couch. And on the dining table, a house key, a packed suitcase, and next to it Emily sitting straight, calm, waiting. Mark's face paled. Emily, what's going on? She looked at him with an expression that was neither angry nor sad, just done. Where were you, Mark? She asked quietly. He swallowed. Fishing. She tilted her head. At the Marwick Hotel? His eyes widened, then darted away. I can explain. You don't have to, she said softly. Her voice didn't tremble. Her hands didn't shake. The storm was over, inside her at least. She stood, picked up her suitcase and walked past him. Mark reached out, grabbing her arm gently. Emily, wait, please. Please. It's not what you think. She pulled her arm free. It's exactly what I think, she whispered. Her eyes glistened, but she didn't cry. I saw everything. Mark looked like the words had punched him. Emily stepped out onto the porch, letting the night air wash over her. Goodbye, Mark. And she left. Not because she was angry, not because she wanted revenge, but because the moment she saw him with that woman, she finally trusted the truth she had felt long before she ever saw it.